organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Tonight on Daily Iowan TV, big numbers from a big event. We've got everything you need to know about the weekend's record-shattering dance marathon.
And later, the recent string of sexual assaults on campus have students very concerned about safety.
And in sports, we're talking hoops in our Sunday edition of Courtside.
Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Good evening, I'm Erin Faust.
And I'm Melissa Dawkins. $1.8 million, that's the big number buzzing around campus today. Dance Marathon set a new record this year for dollars raised to help pediatric patients and their families. This year topped last year's record $1.5 million. Daily Iowan reporter Greta Miley took a look inside the big event.
Dance Marathon does not stand at a safe distance from cancer. They stand right there in the thick of the battle, fighting alongside with our families, and that's what you guys did tonight.
The Iowa Memorial Union was immersed in a sea of lime green for 24 hours on Friday and Saturday. From the heart-wrenching stories of families to the relentless energy from all the dancers, Dance Marathon 20 was truly an event to remember.
People are a lot stronger than you think they are. Like, these children are going through unimaginable things, and then I never thought I could stay awake for 24 hours, and I could, so you can always surprise yourself.
One former Dance Marathon participant found a new meaning in the phrase, "for the kids." Now working with kids as a nurse in the hospital, she says she saw the night from a new perspective.
It is just seeing all those people that have passed, but then getting to see all the kids that are at 5 years out and are doing well, and just to know that we've all made a difference and that every single one of them is still with us and we all carry this journey together, and that camaraderie, just knowing we're all there for one another, is truly great.
And by the close of the event, the organization greatly surpassed its goal. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
You can check out all of our live coverage from the event on our Facebook and YouTube pages.
UI researchers believe they now know how to detect staph infections faster than ever before. Their traditional process involves examining a biopsy, and that can take several days. The UI's internal medicine team found they can instead detect it in about an hour. They do this by looking at how a patient responds to a certain chemical once inside the body. A journal published the findings earlier this month. The team applied for a patent on the probe in 2012.
The University of Iowa is seeing a jump in the number of sexual assault warnings this year. UI police have issued 7 warnings since August.
It's sad, but it's true because you do get them. You're just kind of like, oh, like, okay.
Students only received 1 warning over the same time span last year.
At night, I would be nervous to walk home, and I usually have my guy friends walk with me because I'm always scared of what's going to happen.
More than half of the warnings this year followed reports of sexual assaults in campus dorms.
Cats at the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center are in quarantine today. No one can adopt or visit cats at the shelter due to a disease among the felines. Staffers don't want anyone to bring in stray cats until further notice. All other animals are available as usual for adoption and visits.
One of the most famous romantics is on his way to the University of Iowa just in time for Valentine's Day. The Old Capitol Museum is hosting a special exhibit on Edgar Allan Poe, the 19th century poet. He's considered part of the American Romantic movement. Many say he redefined the horror, mystery, and science fiction genres. You can catch all the Poe-themed programming starting this Thursday.
When we come back, find out which health apps is best for reaching your fitness goals.
But first, we're turning it over to Gabriella Dunn for a look at your weather.
Thanks. A case of the Mondays? Perhaps. Tomorrow morning in Iowa City, we'll see a low of -10 degrees. Moving on to the afternoon, temperatures will creep up to 2 degrees, and tomorrow night will plummet back down to -7 degrees. This is the fourth Monday in a row where we've seen freezing cold temperatures with an expected low of -15 and a high of 4 degrees. Don't let that get you down. The rest of the week's temperatures should be pretty mild, with a 40% chance of snow on Wednesday. Temperatures are expected to climb throughout the week, and by the weekend, we should be seeing double digits. Even though Friday has an expected high of 20, don't be alarmed if you see people on campus and downtown wearing shorts for this relatively warm weather. After all, this is Iowa City. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Gabriella. Health apps are all the rage around campus for students trying to track calories and workouts.
There are more than 40,000 health apps on the market right now, but only about half of those are considered legitimate. Sarah Bulmer is standing by with today's Medical Minute. So Sarah, health apps, friend or foe?
Well, Melissa, a UI health instructor says friend. While some apps are better than others, they provide numbers-based feedback. Daily Iowan TV reporter Tiara Simpson has the story.
With the cold weather showing no signs of stopping, many people have been forced to take their workouts indoors. For some, health tips are just a click away.
There's a lot of really good workout apps, but there's some things, like one of the ones I recommend everybody use, and I use myself personally, is called MyFitnessPal. It's a nice, because it monitors intake calories and it also monitors what you're burning off with your exercise.
With just the click of a button, you have a calorie counter, a support team, and new exercising ideas, all on one device. Junior Ian Garan enjoys working out occasionally. However, he hasn't tested out any health applications.
I just got myself a smartphone, and I just haven't came across any yet. Still trying to get the necessities like GPS and all that.
Crawford stressed that people who recently started working out should look for beginner-friendly health applications.
Stay away from anything that says high intensity. Look for things that have beginner features on them. The workouts one, again, that I'm using right now does have a beginner level, so you can type in your fitness level where you're at, and it will give you a workout to that level.
A popular health app to start with is MyFitnessPal, which tracks the calories you burn and your calorie intake. However, before anyone tries out a new health application, it's important to check with your doctor first. Tiara Simpson, Daily Iowan TV.
Apple executives met with directors of the Food and Drug Administration in December. Apple hasn't released any specifics, but many are speculating a new generation of Apple technology equipped with health monitoring features. We'll have to wait and see on this one. Back to you at the desk.
But we'll turn it over to sports for the latest on the hardwood with Cody Goodwin, who's standing by.
Thanks, guys. Cody Goodwin flying solo in the Daily Iowan TV Sports studio today. Plenty to get to on this Sunday edition of the program, but where to start? How about with a top 10 upset on the hardwood in Carver Hawkeye Arena over the weekend? Daily Iowan TV Sports' Josh Bolander has the highlights.
Number 17, Iowa taking on 10th-ranked Michigan. Michigan looking to make it a season sweep over the Hawks, and things looking good early for the Maize and Blue in this one. Derek Walton with the ollie, Glenn Robinson with the oop to open up the scoring, but that would be the lone bright spot of the day for the visitors in this one because Roy Devin Marble could not stop putting the ball in the hoop. This, the first of his 6 3-pointers in this one. The Hawkeye star finally showing up on the big stage. More of his game-high 26 on this three. And he can play nice, too. The assist to Aaron White, who back cuts his way upstairs and dunks it down. Hawks up 13-4, just over 5 minutes in. But very next possession for the Wolverines, it's Carls LeVert, fouled by Mike Gasell. It's the 3-and-1. 4-point play, giving the road team some momentum until the Hawks sophomore guard atones for his mistake. Trabian, black and gold, back up 8. They'd push that first half lead all the way to 16 before Zach Irvin's jumper snaps a nearly 4-minute scoring drought for the Wolverines. Michigan bench excited, not for long. Marble dialing in from distance. Hawks doing it on the defensive end as well. Adam Woodbury making the play here to force the jump ball. Crowd loves it, and they love this too. The 7-footer with the hammer before Melsan Basabi puts the finishing touches on this one. Final score from Carver, Iowa 85, Michigan 67. Both head coaches and players plenty to say after this one.
I mean, they got 3 seniors, and I've had some teams like that. The seniors, they're going to make it happen. And those 3 are making this thing happen, and it's tremendous. It's a great story.
We're not a group of finger pointers. They don't blame each other. They don't blame me. They look at the film and they study it and they try to get better, and they're honest with themselves. And I think if you do that, you're more likely to be able to come back and play better in the next game.
I'm not satisfied. I'm happy, but this didn't mean nothing to me. Like, this is just another win. And it's a bigger picture. This is just another step. So it's a good win for now. But as soon as the clock hit 0, I was tuned into what we needed to do to get a W next week at Penn State.
Thank you, Josh. Roy Dev may have stolen the show on Saturday, but another Hawk has been flying high over the past week in Gabe Olashaney. The big Londoner not only impressing against the Maize and Blue over the weekend, but also dominating in a midweek loss to Ohio State as well. Daily Iowan TV Sports' Rachel Bedell has the interview.
Hi, I'm Rachel Bedell here with Player of the Week, Gabe Olashaney. So, Gabe, you had some pretty hot hands during the Ohio State game. How did it feel, and how do you keep that mentality up throughout the game?
During the game, you just try not to think about anything. We just try and move on to the next play, whether it's a defensive rebound, a block shot, or a made shot. So when I'm out there, I try not to overthink things. I just try and let my instincts take over, and that's why I think I was effective during the first half.
And during that intensive a game against Ohio State, a top Big Ten team, how do you kind of keep your emotions underneath control throughout the whole entire game?
Like I said, just try and go play by play. Whether you make a mistake or whether you do something spectacular, you just have to try and move on. The teammates deserve your full attention on the next play. So, like I said, you just try and move on. You try not to overthink things, and you just let your instincts take over.
And so with a bye week coming up, how do you keep your focus and keep that hard work mentality the whole entire time?
You just listen to the coaching staff and your weight and conditioning trainers. Just realize the task at hand. We have a lot of tough games coming up. And in the bye week, obviously it's a chance to rest, but it's also a chance to improve and work on a few things we haven't been doing well. So we have to take advantage of the opportunity, but realize we have a lot of big goals ahead of us.
Okay, thank you, Gabe. That's our Player of the Week. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Rachel. And that's going to do it for me here in the studio. Courtside is not quite over yet. Our very own Jalen Socek and Taylor Axelson wrap things up in their weekly segment of 5 Things. Ladies?
Hello and welcome again to 5 Things. I'm Taylor Axelson.
And I'm Jalen Socek. Each week we're going to count down 5 new facts in Iowa basketball to give you guys a whole new insight into the team. So let's get to it.
So anyone who has watched an Iowa basketball game knows exactly what Devin Marble is capable of.
This season, he's averaging over 16 points a game, has made 99 points from behind the arc, and is in second in assists behind teammate Mike Gazelle.
He also has quite the taste for sneakers, owning over 70 pairs. I'm thinking those shoe boxes have to be close to touching the ceiling.
Devin also has another collection up his sleeve, literally. He has been getting tattoos since his freshman year here at Iowa.
And we got to see a more personal side of Devin as he told us what his 5 favorite tattoos represent.
I got this one on my forearm. It says Flintstone. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, and this is a nickname we call ourselves from the people that's from that city. So I got this one to represent where I'm originally from. This one says Marble, which is my last name, and it has the veins and blood, showing that my name runs through my veins. Family tattoo I got with my uncle and my auntie, it just says faith and family with the infinity sign, and then some shading with birds and clouds and stuff. Verse, script, Deuteronomy 8:18. Over here is just a lot of the stuff I like. So it's got money, headphones, music, stars, the mixing with the diamonds and all of that. So I got a lot of stuff. I'm not done. I'm actually getting some more on Wednesday. So if you wanted to wait for this story to go later, then you could have.
I wonder what his next tattoo will be.
You know, there's so many options. Family, music, basketball, whatever he gets, we'll be sure to see it on the court.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week where we'll be passing 5 new things your way.
Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you hear what the headlines will be in Monday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about Julie Reisinger, a UIHC employee who was recently recognized for her 40 years of service.
And read what UI student groups have planned around campus for Human Rights Week.
That's all we have time for today. Remember to tweet at us whenever you see news happening.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.